All right, guys, so today we're going to look at the best charging accessories part 2 for the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now, the last best charging accessories video, I listed a whole bunch of really good accessories, which I will leave at the end of this video if you guys want to check it out. But I decided to make this a part 2 because those accessories are all still really good. They're still some of the best charging accessories, as are the ones that I'm showing today. So it's not that that video doesn't exist anymore or isn't good anymore or whatever. They just go side by side in tandem together. So that way you guys have a plethora of accessories in order to check out, see whatever you like, what you don't like. All links are down in the description below for all of these products, as well as any discount codes that I have. Everything is down in the description below. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, the first thing we're going to take a look at is your nightstand charger, right? Either at your office, your nightstand, you need something to charge all of your Apple devices, the ones that you take around with you. So the first thing we're taking a look at is going to be the Aukey MagFusion 3-in-1 Pro. Now, the price on this one's going to be $129.99. It's a little steep, but this thing is really good. So you're going to have this base right here. This stem is going to be made out of aluminum. The rest of it is plastic, but it does have some nice weight to it here. Now it's going to be a 3-in-1, but it's also going to have active cooling technology. So basically this button right here, once it's plugged in, you're going to click that and it's going to spin some fans that are really quiet, and it'll charge all 3 of your devices. So let's actually go ahead and check it out. Now with this charger, you're gonna wanna make sure that you use at least a 40-watt charger. That way you're able to get sufficient enough power to charge all of your devices. But the good news is, like I said, it does come with a charger and a cable, so it is all in one. You don't have to worry about anything else. So let's go ahead and plug this thing in here. Now you do have that USB Type-C port on the back, as well as an LED indicator light here. So let's plug this in, and now this is going to be their cable, and it's plugged into their charging brick here. So there we go. We see that it is on. So let's go ahead and get started. Now this is gonna have a 30-degree adjustable stand here. So you can actually change the angle that your phone and your watch are charging on. So for right now, let's actually go ahead, take our iPhone, we'll put this on here. And of course it is going to work with your standby mode as well. Let's see if my iPhone goes into that here. Let's make sure. Let's see. Here we go. It just did it for 1 second. Let's try it one more time. There we go. Sometimes my iPhone doesn't want to cooperate, but there we go. So it is going to work with your standby mode here. Now you're going to get your Apple Watch charger. Now, like I said, this thing is going to be a Qi 2 charger, and it's made for the Apple Watch. So it's going to charge your iPhone at up to 15 watts, Apple Watch at up to 5 watts. So what you can do, like I said, we do have our iPhone here. Let's go ahead and bring over my wife's Apple Watch. I know you guys always get on me because I don't have my own Apple Watch, but I'm not a big fan of Apple Watches. So we'll take hers, and what you can do is you can either unhook it here. Now, that's kind of one slight drawback about this, is that you do kind of have to put your watch band around here. So for those of you with the smaller bands or smaller wrists, you just kind of have to either stretch it out a little bit, or you can unhook it. Now I'm just going to stretch it out just so I can show you guys what it's going to look like on here. There we go. But most of the time, honestly, I would probably just unhook it. But I don't let that really bother me because of how nice this charger actually is. So as we can see, both of these are going to be charging there. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and click that button to start the active cooling. That way you guys can hear what it sounds like. But it's super quiet. So I'm going to put it right up to the mic and you can hear it. So let's click this button. There we go. And that's what it's going to sound like. Now you can actually feel that it's cooling. If you put your hands around here, you can feel that it is cooling the phone. So it's definitely not going to let your phone get hot. And of course, it does have a vent back here as well. And then finally, we'll bring over our AirPods Pro 2, attach those here, and there we go. It did light up. Now this is going to be magnetic right here. My case, unfortunately, is not attaching to the magnets, but this part is magnetic, so it will hold your AirPods with no issues. So there you go. It is a 3-in-1 device, nice and clean. Everything looks super modern. I love the way it looks. And then you can, of course, rotate the stand just like that if you want to. And this is kind of what it's going to look like from the side here in all of your angles. So I really like this thing. I like that it charges all of your devices. I actually featured the previous version of this in one of my previous best accessories video for the 15 Pro Max, and I still stand on it. I mean, this thing is really nice. It's very good quality, feels like it's built well, and it charges all your devices as you need it. So definitely check this one out. Now, coming in at number 2, we have a product that actually recently hit the market. Originally, it was like a Kickstarter campaign or something, but recently it hit the market, and this thing is actually really cool. Now, the price on it is a little steep. It's $169.99, but they do have a 20% discount code on their website right now. Of course, the website is linked down in the description below, and I'm going to try to see if I can get another discount code for you guys. Not sure if that one lasts forever or not, but hopefully mine will. But we're taking a look at the Journey Glyde 4-in-1 portable charger. Now, why is it 4-in-1? So what you're going to have here is, of course, your Qi 2 and MagSafe compatible iPhone charger right there. You're going to have a spot for your Apple Watch. And then it opens up, if you wanted to, with a made-for-watch Apple Watch charger that pops up. So that's also not it. It's also going to have a USB-C port in here. So what you can do is you can use this as a nightstand charger, whether you want it closed or open, but also it's going to be a 10,000 milliamp hour MagSafe battery pack. So like I said, Qi 2, it's going to fast charge your phone. So we'll bring over our iPhone. Now this thing is a little heavy, don't get me wrong, but it's really nice for travel if you're bringing like a backpack or something, because it acts as your 2-in-1. It's going to charge your devices as just like a regular charger with the USB Type-C port, or if you want to take it on the go, like if you're just lounging around the house, or you want to have this on the couch or something set up nice and clean, you can unplug it and it becomes a battery pack. As you guys can see, let me actually go ahead and turn it on. Now it's going to have your LED indicators right there, so we'll just turn that on real quick. There we go. And give it a second, and we are charging. So this thing, like I said, is going to be a power bank for all of your devices, though, not just your iPhone. So if you want to do all that, let's actually go ahead and pop this one up here and bring over the Apple Watch. So right now, wirelessly, completely as a power bank, it is charging all 3 of these devices. So that's really cool. And then, of course, you can take a 4th device. Let's go ahead and let me find a cable here. All right, so I do have a cable, and what we're going to do is let's just take one end here. We'll plug this in the back, and you can charge, like I said, 4 devices. So all 3 of these are still charging. There's our iPhone. Now let me bring over my Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra. I'll plug that one in, and there we go. You have 4 devices charging off of a power bank right now. So that's kind of the reason why this thing is pricey. It's going to give you fast charging and a 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack. So even though it's not going to charge all of your devices to full, of course, only on 10,000 milliamp hours, if you need to top them all up real quick, you can, and it'll give you some extra juice. The less stuff you have on here, of course, the more it'll charge. So like if you put your iPhone on there, it'll charge it 1.25 times just off of the battery pack. And of course, what you can do is you can just take this thing and plug it in here. And now that it's plugged in, it's charging the power bank at the same time as charging all of this other stuff. So that's really cool. You get a ton of versatility with this charger. I know it's a little heavy and I know it's a little expensive, don't get me wrong, but for all that you get with it, I thought that this would be one of the best charging accessories because of everything that you can do. Charge 4 devices off of a power bank, or use it as your nightstand charger or your travel charger at your nightstand wherever you're staying. Plug it in when you need to take it on the go. You can go ahead, unplug it, and don't skip a beat. So that's why this thing, I would say, is one of the best charging accessories for the 16 Pro Max. Now, next up, you're gonna need a charging brick, right? We didn't talk about that. You're gonna need a charging brick for your devices. Let's say you don't wanna use one of the included charging bricks, for example, for the Aukey. You wanna use one that gives you a little bit more versatility. Well, that's where the Anker 523 47 watt charger comes into play. Now, they also have another one that has a 3rd USB port. It's a USB-A port, and it's like a 60 watt or a 65 watt charger. But I like this one because of the price on it, and it's gonna give you 2 devices to charge, which is great, all for $29.99. So for 30 bucks, instead of buying Apple's 120 watt charger for $29, you can get this one, and it's gonna give you 47 watts. It's gonna charge 2 devices, and it's only the size, as far as the width of it, of a normal power brick. Of course, this opens up. You can plug this thing in, and it's gonna give you those 2 devices of charging. Now, if you need something a little bit more, I actually included this one on my previous best charging accessories video. This is going to give you 3 USB Type-C ports and 1 A, and it's a 140 watt charger that's also going to have a screen here that shows you the temperature, how much wattage each device is charging at, and all that rotates with this. Like I said, that's going to be in my previous best charging accessories video. I'll leave that linked at the end of this one. definitely check this one out. This has replaced my MacBook charger. This has replaced my iPad charger. Like, this thing is my #1 charging brick that I actually use at home and on the go all the time. This is a solid option as well if you don't want something that's this small or you need a little bit more power. So definitely check these out. And of course, this one is going to come in a few of those classic Anker colors. You can get blue, white, I believe pink, this black. So all for 30 bucks. I think this is a great deal, and this is why it had to be on my best charging accessories video. Now, next up, you're gonna need a USB Type-C cable. You need a good quality USB-C cable for some things that you don't always want to plug in, but this one's gonna give you actually a good bit of versatility. And we're taking a look at the Nomad universal cable for the Apple Watch. Now, I know you guys are saying, well, it's for Apple Watch, right? Not necessarily. It is, but it's for your iPhone as well. Check this out. So it's gonna be a 5-foot long cable, 1.5 meters. It is tied up right now, just so I can kind of show the whole thing in here. It does come with a built-in silicone tie, which is nice. And the cable's gonna be with a Kevlar coating on it, so that way you get a super durable cable here, as well as these parts right here are metal. So everything is super high quality. Now, that's a high quality price. We're looking at $89, but this thing is really versatile for what it is. So let's check this out. What I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and plug this thing in real quick, and we'll go from there. All right, so I do have it plugged in. Like I said, here's that silicone tie. Now, this thing is gonna be rated for 100 watts of charging power delivery. So what you can do is you can plug in your Apple Watch here. Let's go ahead and do that real quick. So like I said, it is plugged in. So we'll plug in our Apple Watch. Great, you can just leave that as a standalone charger. You can plug it into your phone. So let's actually do that real quick. Now we're gonna go ahead and plug this in. Now, it might take a second just to get both starting to charge. Oh, no, there we go. So my iPhone is charging here, and the Apple Watch is charging all at the same time. So you can just set this down, leave it just like this, charge both of your devices at full speed with no problems. Then you can also take it and plug it into an Android device. Like I said, you can use it with your iPad, you can use it with your MacBook. I have a 16-inch MacBook Pro, and I have charged my MacBook Pro with this cable already, as well as with this adapter. Of course, you need the full amount of power with it, but this cable was able to give me 100 watts of power to charge my 16-inch MacBook Pro. So this thing, even though it's a little pricey, it's super versatile, and that's why I had to include it in that best charging accessories video. All right, let's move on to some portable power. So these videos are all about travel and, you know, just your everyday use, your everyday carry, all that kind of meshed into one for all your different kinds of chargers. Well, this one's gonna be perfect for any device that you wanna charge, and it's great for travel. Now, it's a little bit big, but what we were taking a look at is the Anker 25,000 milliamp hour, 165 watt power bank. Now, this thing is super versatile. That's the theme of this video. I like my charging accessories to be versatile, not just one thing with one USB-C cable or one brick that has one port. None of that. I like it to have a little bit of versatility. So this thing is gonna give you options to charge up to 4 devices. And like I said, it's 25,000 milliamp hours. So this will for sure charge your MacBook. This will charge any of your phones, your iPad, Apple Watch, whatever you want to. Well, you know, if you have an Apple Watch charger, you can plug it in like that Nomad cable, plug it into the USB-C port here, and charge your stuff. So what you're getting here is you're getting 2 built-in cables. Number one, it has a handle, but it's also a built-in USB Type-C cable. Now, these cables are all going to be rated enough to give you that full amount of power. So when you're ready to use this thing, you can use this cable right here, right? We'll go ahead and take our iPhone, we'll plug it in, and you're gonna get that screen here. Let's see. Now, it has a button right there. Over here, just click this button here, and there we go. So this battery pack is at 97% charging. Let's see, the iPhone is charging right there. And as you can see, it kind of breaks it up into a little section of 4s, and it's gonna show you how fast my iPhone is gonna be charging. And it's gonna ramp up right there, right? Then we can click the button, click it again, and we can see the temperature of the battery right here. Click it again, it's gonna show you the battery health. And then you can click it again, and it goes back to the percentage on this battery. So there we go, we have one device charging. Now, like I said, it has another cable where this one is going to be a retractable cable. Now, this is gonna be about 1.5 foot. It's not a crazy long retractable cable, but it's great because you can take another device here. Let's take our S25 Ultra. We'll plug that in. There you go, now that's charging. And now we have 2 devices here showing that they're charging. We'll click that. Let's see. Still, we're good with the temperature. Still, we're good with the battery health. And there we go. We still have 97% battery on here. So that's great. And then, of course, you get your two ports here, your USB ports. You get a C in and out and an A out. So your USB Type-C, this is going to be how you charge this device here. And you get an out for your USB Type-A devices. But also what's really cool is you can take either of these two built-in cables and charge the actual power bank by itself with those two built-in cables, with either of them. So this thing is going to give you so many different options on how to use it, and I love it. This is the thing that I take for travel. This is actually a second one that I have. You saw that 0 cycle count. I know you guys are trying to catch me. Oh, you don't use the products. No, this is a second one I bought. One lives in my travel bag. This is a second one I just recently got. And this is going to be my one that I can keep in the office here. Sometimes you don't have somewhere to plug something in, but also it's another one that's nice that I can take around. I can put it in a suitcase if I'm not taking my backpack, or I can give it to somebody else. For example, you know, my family members, they love to travel. I love to always have multiples of different devices that I really like. That way I can, if I have to use one here, I'm not missing it, or if I let somebody use one, I'm not missing it for myself. So, and it's really good if you have a power outage, for example, from a crazy storm, take this thing, charge up your devices, and you don't even skip a beat. So the price on this thing is $87.99, right? So it's not that crazy for all of this that you're getting with this device. I really highly recommend it. I've been loving my other one, recently picked this one up, and I've really enjoyed it, so it had to be in this best charging accessories video. And last but not least, we need a MagSafe battery pack. Now, this one you guys have seen on my channel before. I've included it in best charging accessories videos, and it's worth it. I really love this thing. And we're taking a look at the Anker 10,000 milliamp hour Qi 2 MagSafe battery pack. I can't reiterate how much I actually use this thing. There's also a slim one, but the thing that always gets me coming back to this one is that it has that kickstand built in. So easy peasy, what we're gonna do is just take this, plug that in, there we can go. You see, like I said, I've been using this thing. It is currently sitting at 58%, and as you guys seen before, this screen is going to show you how much battery power the MagSafe battery pack has left. Now it's gonna reduce down for the next few minutes to really gauge itself and give you an accurate measurement, but it's gonna show you in a little while that this has enough for, to charge up your phone or whatever. It'll show you exactly how much time is left on here in order to charge it. And of course, I love that it has the kickstand here. So this is why I use this one most of the time, because I can actually continue to do what I'm doing if I'm watching content or if I'm on a phone call or whatever. I can just kind of set it down and it's good to go. And of course, you can use this one in nightstand mode as well. So there we go. So standby mode. I always call it nightstand mode. But of course, you can use it in that mode as well. Let's see if my iPhone will actually change to that here. Let's see. Turn it off there. Come on. Here we go. So it works in your nightstand, standby mode, whatever you want to call it. Now, the price on this one's $64.99. So it's going to come in at a really good price, especially for the 10,000 milliamp hour battery. And it's versatile, the common theme of these videos, because you can charge two devices on it at once. And of course, it's going to come in a bunch of different, those classic Anker colors. But two devices at once is great. So what we can do is go ahead and leave this iPhone plugged in right here. Let's just bring over a cable here, and what we'll do is plug it into the side over here where that USB Type-C port is. So we'll plug that in right there, make sure our iPhone's still charging, and let's go ahead and bring over our Galaxy S25 Ultra. We'll plug that in, and there you go. You're gonna see that both of these are charging, and it's fast charging as well. So I have two phones, both with big batteries, charging at the same time off of this device. And like I said, it's going to be Qi 2 for wireless, but wired, it's going to give you even more power. I believe it's 20 or 25 watts of power, even more than what it already has just wirelessly. So you can fast charge your devices. And of course, this is going to work with your AirPods. This is going to work, anything that has magnetic charging or a cable. It's going to work and it'll be just fine. So I can't say enough good things about this Anker 10,000 milliamp hour Qi 2 battery pack. You've seen it in my videos. You see I've been using it, and it absolutely had to be re-entered into my best charging accessories video. So with all that being said, guys, let me know what you think about my list here. Do you have any of these devices, or are you interested in any of them? Make sure you let me know all of that down in the comments below. Of course, all links are down there. Make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel. That goes a really long way for me and allows me to make videos like these consistently for you. And if you guys want to see my first best charging accessories video for the iPhone 16 Pro Max, I'll leave that video right here. If you guys are looking for some great cases and you want to see my top 10 cases for the iPhone 16 Pro Max, I'll leave that video right here.